Shalom, everybody. This is Dave from Universal Truth of Mankind. I am your host, and this is Kabbalah 101. I'm going to talk about something that may be a little controversial in your thinking, and just hang on. And as you get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, hopefully you'll go, "Oh, I see where he's going with this." Now, I know I'm a broken record. Sorry about that, but please like, share, subscribe. Let's get the word out. This is all free. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Well, we know that within English, we have this concept of God. And we say that, hey, we want to worship God, the big G, and we don't want to worship the little g God. And we read often within the Torah that we are to have no other gods before him. In other words, we should never have a little g before the big G. Now, I'm sure some of you have one day sat back and said, oh, wait a minute. He's saying there are little g's. Yes, there's little g's out there. And we just shouldn't put those little g's ahead of the big G. Now, in Hebrew, we don't have capitalized characters. We don't have upper and lower case. So they're all the same, but through context, you can tell whether or not you're talking about big G or little g. For instance, you may look at the flood, before the flood, talks about the sons of God coming down and mating with the women. Now you're saying sons of God. What do you know? There's sons of God, meaning little g's. There's little g's coming down. But you have to say, because it said sons of God, because the word is Elohim, sons of Elohim, is it big Elohim or little Elohim? I prefer reading it with little Elohim. Thus, it could be speaking in reference to other humans from other places. Yes, it's totally valid, and that can be viewed that way. So I'm talking about little g, big G here. So who are the little g's? Well, that could be a lot of things. A little g is whatever we make to be a god in our life. It could be money. That could be a little g. It could be an organization, a little g. It could be another person becoming a little g. If we're arrogant and full of ourselves and think we are the God's gift to the universe, let alone the world, we make our own selves little g's. So who are these little g's? Ultimately speaking, no matter how you slice this pie, we're little g's. So how do we deal with this? We are made in the image of God. Thus, in that sense, we're little g's. Now, it's important for us to love the Creator and intend to do as the Creator, emulate the Creator to the best of our ability out of love for the Creator. That makes us a little g. Thus, it makes us a little g or a replication of God, a small representation of our Creator. And that's the little g we're supposed to become. A humble little g. Moses, if anyone could be, between big G and little g, it'd be Moses, the greatest of all prophets. He could easily be, and every generation has a Moses. Each, he's the closest thing to being at least a middle G to the Creator, while the rest of us are little g's. I'm including myself here. So when we think about big G and little g, think of yourself as the little g, but also think of yourself as a little g who's trying to emulate the big G. I hope that helps you think this a little better and helps you understand your role and your purpose. You know, we are told the Shema, okay? We're to love, yeah, hero is Israel, Hashem Elohim, Hashem Echad, all one. But it's there we go on to say, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and strength. That transforms us into a little g. And we are to love our neighbor as ourselves because collectively we all become little g's trying to emulate the big G. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. And thank you for listening and thank you for participating.